Hello, everyone, and welcome into the third edition of BTB Now. It is July 24th, 2017. No Nick Bogatis tonight because he has a family event, whatever that's supposed to mean. But you still got
Family.
me, Ray Dunn, Jason Cantor, who's been with us for the past two, and we got our special guest, secret special guest. Didn't want to give away the
Dude, you didn't even give away his
surprise.
idea to me.
Yeah, I didn't even tell Jason who the special guest was. Tyler Sandora, tell us a little about yourself, Tyler.
It's an honor to be on the show, really. I like basketball a lot. I didn't pay a lot of attention to the MLB this year, but I know enough. And, yeah, I really like basketball.
A man of few
Thanks for having me
words,
on.
really. All
What
right.
sport? Wait, hold on. What sport do you like?
Big soccer guy.
And that was talking soccer.
I was waiting for you to say that.
All right. Moving on. We got quite a bit to get to, even though it is July and there's really nothing to get to. We're trying to make up content as we go here.
There's
the MLB
content.
trade deadline is upon us. It is Jason's favorite time of the year. So, Jason, I'm going to start you off with the Pirates have been hot. We do not have a Pittsburgh guy on the podcast tonight, but tell me, are you still trying to break that team apart?
Oh, no. Well, first of all, Bogatis has been the person trying to break that team apart. I think they should kind of just sit still. If there's, I think they have like Tony Watson or someone, like a reliever, too, that they could trade, maybe get a mid-level prospect for. But all of their core guys they have for an extended period of time, and they've shown that they have the talent because McCutcheon was terrible for 2 years. He's good now. They had won, I think, like 5 of 6 or 6 out of 7 after the All-Star break, and then they got destroyed by the Rockies for 2 games. But they've shown that they're probably on the upside of mediocre, and where Nick's kind of been tearing them apart, I think they should do more, just sit still, see what they can do with the core they have. Because this is a core that got them to the playoffs. They lost a wild card game to the Cubs 2 years ago, and then the Cubs franchises kind of went different ways.
Tyler, from your basketball perspective, what does this team do at the deadline?
Should the Pirates be buyers or sellers at the deadline?
I was going to ask, is this a buyers or sellers question?
Oh, sorry.
It is.
All I really know about the Pirates is they have Andrew McCutcheon. Is Neil Walker still on this team?
He's on the Mets. Nick would be really proud of you right now, though. That was a Nick question. He just I won't get into it, but yeah, essentially, I mean, Ray, what do you see with them? Because it was kind of for about 2 years, really, they were looking kind of towards tearing apart their whole team and starting from the bottom. And now Garrett Cole hasn't been as bad his last few starts. Andrew McCutcheon's been one of the best players in the league since the beginning of June, I think. So where do you – and you had – I don't know if you talked about this last week, but –
What were you saying?
Just
personally,
Pirates.
what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing. I think at this point, you have to. I think, as an organization, there has to be a decision made about this. If I was in charge, I am not trying to buy here. Typically, I'm the buyer guy. I like buying everything up, but I just don't see. I'm not inspired by this core, really.
But do you sell?
You sell what you. I think Felipe Rivera's his value is never going to be higher. I could see selling him,
even though he's not going to be free agent for another like 4 years. So do you not? Because I guess that's similar to how the Phillies traded Ken Giles. But I think the Pirates have a better outlook from now to 2020 than the Phillies did from 2013 to now.
But I think what you're missing in this whole thing is that are you going to take a chance that this isn't just a 1-year thing?
Well, this is the same core that had them
No, no,
They
no,
won
no.
the
I'm
NL
not talking
Central
about
3
the
years
team
ago.
success. The
Oh,
team
Felipe
success
Rivero?
aside, I'm talking
Yeah.
Felipe Rivero solely right now. Because I think as you're assessing the team, you have to assess the pieces you have instead of the team as a whole. If I'm the guy that's in charge, I'm not looking at overall the team is here. If I don't think I have a team that's put together so perfectly to win, I assess it by, okay, this piece, is his value ever going to be higher? And can we get something for him that's going to eventually help this core or another core get me to that championship level?
Yeah, I think their issue is that their bullpen really for the last year was kind of a mess. They ever since they traded away Melanson to get Felipe Rivero, their bullpen's really been a revolving door of disappointments. Tony Watson, Juan Nicasio, and Rivero looks like a guy who can be an anchor for a long period of time. So I think as Paul Jolowitz once told me, no player is ever untouchable. But you have to find the right value if you're going to trade a guy who's been as dominant as Rivero has and who's under control for as long as he is.
That's fair. I just think I struggle with with believing in relievers. I think
You're not a reliever believer?
I'm not a reliever believer. I always am very skeptical of the guys who come out of nowhere and have the career years. Your Pat Nesheks. I understand Felipe Rivera is not at the level of Pat Neshek was career-wise. But people who just come on and are this dominant, eventually the game's going to catch up to them.
Felipe Rivera's not old.
Felipe Rivera's not old. That's why I said he's not the level of his career that Pat Neshek is.
See, I think, and the issue, it's one thing to be a skeptic, but the problem with just playing the value game with a guy like Felipe Rivero, huge strike of lightning outside of my house. The problem with playing the value game with a guy like Felipe Rivero is that we've seen with the Cubs last year with trading for Chapman, especially with the Royals 2 years ago with the bullpen they had, and what the Yankees are trying, the Indians last year, what the Yankees are trying to do this year. Modern day, especially with pitch counts and all the starting pitcher injuries, the way teams are trying to win World Series is make games 6-inning games. And having Felipe Rivero makes it a lot easier to make it a 6-inning game. And I just think it's so hard to trade him and rely on getting another guy like him, another 2 or 3 guys like him.
Agree or disagree on this one? You're going to be a reliever believer. I'm going to be a skeptic.
Wait,
anyone else on that team?
Oh, Tyler? Like a Jeremy Lin for relievers?
I am a Jeremy Lin. Like, relievers are Jeremy Lin to me. It's like you get the 10-day contract and you go explode. I'm not giving you the.
See, the difference is the Warriors didn't win the title with 3 Jeremy Lins, whereas the Royals won the World Series with 3 Jeremy Lins. The Cubs won the World Series by trading the top prospect in baseball to get a Jeremy Lin, and the Indians got to extra innings in Game 7 of the World Series by trading their top prospect to get a Jeremy Lin, who is still on their team.
So, if someone in baseball needs that Jeremy Lin to win the title this year and offers some of the farm to get him from the Pirates, I'm not saying no. That's my position here.
Okay, but the Yankees just traded for David Robertson and Tommy Kahnle, and and Todd Frazier, but he's a rental. They only really gave up 1 legit prospect. If that's the value that relievers are going for right now, then I'd hold on. But if you can get more, if you can get similar to what the Yankees got for Chapman or what the Indians got for Miller, then you have to consider it.
Well, you have to see how the market plays out over the next week. You're not making your trade right now.
And it has a lot to do because there's other pieces there too. The Tigers are shopping Justin Wilson. The Orioles are shopping their entire bullpen. And the Padres just made a trade today. They traded Brandon Maurer, but they're still shopping Brad Hand, who's the better of their 2 relievers. So there's a lot of pieces, and that's probably why the asking price for relievers is a little lower right now because there's so much competition. Whereas last year it was really just Chapman and Miller.
All right. we spent a lot of time on the Felipe Rivero aspect of the trade deadline for the Pirates. Aside from him, I am not really trying to shop anyone else. McCutchen, you could make a case to move him. I just think he means too much to that franchise. Marte, he just got back from suspension. He doesn't have any value.
And he's not eligible for the playoffs. That needs to be noted.
Again, no value. We went over that last week, I think. Polanco, really, I don't know what you're looking for there.
Yeah,
and Garrett Cole, he's been better, but I don't think there's that much of a market unless we get to like noon on trade deadline day, and all of a sudden all the starting pitching is either gone or there's none to acquire.
Well,
that's when the market would open up for him.
Yeah, there's always a market for a controllable starter. Yankees and Astros mainly right now, but the issue is, and this is why the Pirates didn't trade McCutchen in the offseason, because Garrett Cole's performance this year isn't what he is. He's a better pitcher. Just like Andrew McCutchen's performance last year is not who he was. And so the Pirates feel that whatever they're getting offered for Garrett Cole right now, they feel probably that they should be getting a package similar to what the Cubs just traded for Quintana, and they're not getting that. And if Garrett Cole can put together a full year of what Garrett Cole has been, then they can get that, and they want to either hold on to him so he can maybe contribute to a playoff run for them, or they want to hold on to him until they feel they get an appropriate package.
We'll see what happens. I think you're right on that one, that you want them to get back to their value. You run the risk of them falling off, but obviously it's paid dividends with the McCutchen season he's having. But I think it's time to move east in the state to the Phillies, who will be buyers at the deadline. If you did not listen to my first podcast, I talked about this. Is he done yet? Plugging my own show right here. You all get it.
Are you done plugging your own show?
I am not. I had Devin Fink on, MLB insider Devin Fink for Beyond the Box Score. He and I talked about the deadline for about 20 minutes, and then it just got random. We talked about his fame and all that stuff. If I were to judge my own show, I'd say it was a quality conversation. But we did talk a lot about the Phillies.
Which I encouraged you to have continuously.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I do have a verified Twitter account in my phone number. No big deal. Actually, 2 of them now. Shout out to City Basketball Love and Tyler Sandora. Anyways, we have a good conversation about the potential for trades with the Marlins. He sees the potential for a deal. He thinks the Phillies have the pieces to get it done. However, his opinion was the Phillies are not going to do this during the regular season. It's not a move you make during the regular season. It would be more of a winter meetings thing when really everything's laying out in front of you, not during an irrelevant season.
Now, did he mention the Marlins ownership at all being an issue?
We did talk a bit about the Marlins ownership. It's a factor. But
would they still make the trade right now if the right trade came along?
He doesn't believe the trade would happen right now.
Okay.
He thinks this is winter meetings thing.
Okay.
And you know my opinion on this. I'm buying all the way. Giancarlo Stanton, D. Gordon, Christian Yelich.
You think the Marlins would give up Stanton?
No, probably not. I just like the prospect of it happening.
No, Stanton's not going to be a Marlin at one point or another. It's a matter of when.
See, getting rid of Stanton, we had this conversation a bit last week when we talked about the different ownership groups that could potentially buy. I'm not sure whether it's I want to buy this organization now because Stanton's gone, or I don't want to buy it.
I think the way we went over this last week too. You didn't watch the World Baseball Classic, but the games that they played in Miami, the stadium was packed. Like the most crowded stadium's ever been. The first game they played there, World Baseball Classic in the All-Star game. Only time
Now,
that's
I'm convinced the first game that they were there, they handed out tickets for free.
That's true.
I'm convinced. That's the only way you can get people to go into Marlins Park.
But no, the point is, there's a market for baseball fans. Just no one cares about the Marlins because they have.
Well, if you're doing the World Baseball Classic, there's a good chance there was a team from like Latin America playing, and that would appeal to people in Miami.
I know, but what I'm saying is, there's
From the top rope, Tyler Sandora with the baseball take.
But he's right. But there's the fact that the World Baseball Classic got that attention means there's obviously some sort of market for baseball fans that.
No, but like that's like the perfect spot to host the World Baseball Classic.
Oh, 100%. But it also shows that
different countries represented in one city.
Yeah, but it shows with the right ownership that the Marlins can get rid of the stigma of being the Marlins and actually get a fan base.
Okay, so enough about the Marlins on a Pennsylvania sports talk show.
But this greatly involves the Phillies, though.
It does. I understand. The other part of this conversation
thing today. Did you guys see that?
What?
The Sixto Sanchez thing.
What? How good he is, or what about him?
No, did you see what he did tonight?
What did he do tonight?
There was like a picture on Twitter of like his pitches, like the speeds. Let me read it to you. Did you see it?
No.
It was 99, 99, 100, 100, 86 curveball, 102, 97, 99, 85, 95, 101, 101, 94 mile-an-hour changeup, 93 mile-an-hour changeup, and 97. That was his inning.
That's insane. I'm a little bit too much of a nerd. I read probably too much in the Baseball America prospect chats, but he's like, people think he's next level.
Okay. We good on the Sixto chat?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. He's a beast. That's it.
I'm going to switch gears from the Phillies buying to the Phillies selling. Because even though I know in my heart they're meant to be buyers, apparently there is the need to sell in Philadelphia. Now, I don't know how many of you went or saw I believe it's the Cespedes family barbecue, whatever, on MLB.com. Can anyone correct me on that?
Repeat that again?
Yeah. Never mind. I've been reassured that I'm not talking about something that I don't know about. It is the Cespedes family barbecue. They have their little thing on MLB.com. They had their trade outlook for each team. Obviously, the Phillies were all the way at the bottom on the sellers. We'll agree to disagree on that one. But some of the names that came up, I'm going to just read to you, and I want the opinions of whether or not they stay or go. We're going to go around the diamond, and then we're going to get to some relievers, starters, etc. First, we had Cesar Hernandez who showed up on that. Chances that Cesar Hernandez is dealt at the deadline.
Like, not high, like 20. I don't know.
Tyler?
He's not going to get traded.
No, I don't think they'll get traded.
All right. Next name on there was Freddie Galvis.
20 was too high for Hernandez because I'm thinking like there's probably a slightly greater chance Galvis gets traded, but it's not 25. So I'll say 20 again. I don't know because he's a free agent after next year. Because the whole Crawford situation is weird, and it depends. Like it depends on if they actually think Crawford can be a starting shortstop.
Well, okay, all right.
But I think he's too well respected in the club. I love him. I think he's too well respected in the clubhouse. I think the team loves him. I think the organization loves him. I don't see him at least this year.
Okay. We had Odubel Herrera making that list. Odds that he's gone.
I don't know if anybody wants him.
Yeah, see, now can we I feel like it should be not odds that the player gets traded. It should be odds if the Phillies make a trade, this player will be a part of it. because like I don't think there's a 30% chance that Dougal Herrera gets traded. And I hate throwing numbers out. But like if they're gonna trade for like a Gordon, Stanton, Yelich, someone like that, then maybe they would throw in Herrera as a part of that package. Who knows?
Well, we're talking
But I
about a
think that's
package
higher
to buy here. I think what you were talking about is package to buy someone, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I think here we're talking more of someone that's going to be sold off that someone needs.
Then no.
Okay. Pat Neshek, we talked last week.
That's got to be like 80.
80. Devin Fink believes almost no doubt that Neshek will be gone.
Yeah. Now, does he see them taking a similar approach to this with how they took with Hellickson last year, which was their asking price was too high and now he has no value?
No, he was almost certain that Neshek was just going to be gone.
Okay. Because that's good because they need the capital. They traded like nothing for him and they're going to get something back. So they should capitalize.
And I think there was one more name on there. I think Hellickson was on there, but I don't see Hellickson getting traded. So
Benoit?
No, Benoit was not on there. It was a starting pitcher. I'm almost positive it was Hellickson.
It had to have been. Who else?
There is none, really.
Yeah.
So that's what you had. That was what MLB.
Oh, wait, can I throw one more name out there?
Sure.
I saw something today that the Phillies using Luis Garcia in the 9th inning yesterday was a way of them trying to showcase him because like he hasn't sucked this year. Thoughts?
What?
That's what I'm just telling you what I read. You're puzzled.
I am puzzled. Does like the team need a new barber? What?
He hasn't been terrible this year. Like I don't think it's gonna happen. I just think maybe the Phillies are thinking like maybe they could get like some like really low level prospect or some cash for him.
What?
I don't know.
Okay. We're gonna have to move on after that.
I hope he gets traded, and then I'm not saying he will. I hope he does, and then just so we can circle back to this.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have a full reaction show next Monday night, I'm sure.
Is the trade deadline July 31st again? Because it was August 1st last year.
July 31st.
Okay. Thanks, intern.
Anyways, we're going to switch gears here because if you really want to listen to baseball talk, you would go listen to Is He Done Yet when we talk to Devin Fink. You can find that on breakthebell.com in our podcast section. Continue with the shameless plugs.
Dab on him.
Anyways.
Damn it, I wanted to see that.
We're going to talk about his favorite sport.
Ooh.
Recently, Neymar agreed to be a part of the PSG, right? Soccer. The Paris Saint. No, just kidding. We're going to basketball. That stuff's for Europe. LeBron, Kyrie, the Cavs. Today, an article dropped on BergToBell.com by Jason Cantor outlining why LeBron should come to Philly. It's a real thing. It's a real
why he could.
Kobe's coming to Philly too.
What, Tyler?
Look at Ben Simmons' tweet from like 20 minutes ago.
Oh God.
What?
Do we have breaking news here?
Did you see Ben Simmons' tweet?
I'm about to. Oh, Jesus. Simmons is doing the same thing. He did the same eye emojis he did at LeBron. He did it at Kobe 21 minutes ago, and then at Brian Scalabrine 19 minutes ago.
Oh, Ben. Oh, Simmons. All right.
You see, right after my article dropped, though, now he notices the buzz, and now he's trolling.
There we go. All right. Seriously, though, I don't know where we start with this whole Cavs drama thing because it's gotten out of hand. Kyrie, you want to start with Kyrie? Can we get Kyrie? And then how D Rose is the replacement. I know Tyler wants to talk about D Rose a little bit. Can we start with Kyrie? Does that work for everyone?
Yeah, I feel
All right. For some unknown, I guess ego.
It's a known reason. It's just stupid.
I guess unknown's a bad word for it. Uncomprehendable, dumb, ego pushed reasoning here. Kyrie Irving wants out of Cleveland because he's tired of playing with LeBron, which makes absolutely no sense to me. I don't know how this is even a thing. Apparently, Kyrie is sick of going to the finals. So, he named a few landing points. I believe it was the Knicks, San Antonio. Was Minnesota on that?
Yeah.
And what was the fourth team there? Miami. 4 teams that he wanted to go to. Granted, he doesn't have a no-trade clause, as detailed in the article on BurkeBell.com by the intern. But I don't really comprehend. Can anyone give me a reasonable explanation as to why this is happening?
Shannon Sharp. I can't believe I'm quoting on this, but I just saw this clip on YouTube. I think it's worth noting that Shannon Sharp said this. Maybe he sees the love that a guy like Russell Westbrook gets doing it solo, because I can't believe he's actually tired of playing with LeBron. I think he just wants to. Maybe he's got the ring. He knows they're not going to beat the Warriors next year because he just played in that series. And maybe he just wants to try something else. I have no idea. Or maybe he just knows LeBron's leaving and he wants to be the one, kind of like the whole, you can't fire me if I quit first. LeBron can't leave Kyrie if Kyrie leaves LeBron.
Tyler?
We talk about Kyrie. I mean, I guess when that news broke, that's why Rose signed today, obviously. And I think, Jason, didn't you tweet something about there was an article Kyrie thinks LeBron leaked it?
Oh yeah, wait.
That was hilarious. I was cracking up at that.
You were cracking up about it, but you didn't favorite it, so thanks.
You want me to go back and do it?
Yeah, please. Kyrie, Brian Windhorst broke the story, right? Can you turn your volume down? I hear my echo.
I can't hear your echo.
Oh, well, I can. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So when this was reported Friday, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it was reported Friday by Brian Windhorst mainly, and then him and a couple other ESPN reporters wrote the main story. But it was reported by Brian Windhorst that Kyrie Irving requested this trade, and that in Brian Windhorst's report, LeBron James was reportedly disheartened, blindsided. Remember, Brian Windhorst is the guy who broke every LeBron story that we've ever seen. He wrote a book about LeBron. With LeBron, with LeBron's help. He's in a lot of internet memes about just him being attached to LeBron James by the hip. And here we are, 5 days after this, or no, 3 days after the story breaks, speculating, did LeBron possibly leak this? Of course LeBron leaked it. Brian Windhorst broke it. That's pretty much it. I said this in a tweet. As a nation, we need to be less stupid and less naive. If anything Brian Windhorst says is coming from LeBron James. So LeBron James leaked this, or someone close to LeBron James leaked this, and they likely had LeBron's permission, or they found out from LeBron. Either way, LeBron's at the heart of this.
Tyler, you were trying to say something, and then you referenced the Jason tweet, and Jason sort of took over.
Yeah,
so you can go back to your point now.
So when they sign Rose, like, I don't know what NBA team would pay Derrick Rose to be a backup. So Kyrie's leaving. I think he could go to the Knicks. That would be interesting. He's like from like Jersey, North Jersey, so I wouldn't doubt it. I think if he goes anywhere, that's my favorite place.
Well, plus him and Porzingis would be a cool duo.
And Carmelo.
Carmelo would be traded to Cleveland.
Carmelo hates playing with Kyrie.
Hates what?
What if Carmelo went to Cleveland?
Yeah, so Carmelo would go to Cleveland in this trade.
And then the Knicks would win the finals.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
The Knicks, who have $143 million locked up in Joakim Noah and Tim Hardaway.
Hey, the Cavs, I don't know. I actually don't know who the Cavs have their money locked up in, but I'm sure GM LeBron has made some bad investments.
Hey, that's not true. Cleveland officially named their GM today, and I'm looking up the name. Kobe Altman was named their GM today. So actually, LeBron's just a basketball player.
Yeah.
LeBron doesn't control every move you make.
Well, he still does.
Yeah, I was gonna say nothing goes. They have to have a guy
no.
with
You
title
see,
general manager.
this is wrong. This is
Everything
what's
goes
wrong.
through LeBron.
This is what's wrong with millennials. No respect for authority here. General manager. Kobe Altman makes all the decisions now.
Who's okay? Oh, see, I was about to start arguing with you, and then I got that sarcasm. Picked it up there. What was I gonna say? It really sucks because now LeBron's doing the whole "I'm not gonna waive my no trade clause." Like, if the Cavs realize they have no shot and they want to trade him, he's not gonna do it. So now he's just screwing the franchise over again.
Oh, boo-hoo. He got Cleveland their first title since, like, whenever.
Oh, he did. I just think at some point we have to maybe, like, see, the perception of LeBron is and it's always been this way, at least since the decision. The mainstream perception of LeBron James, and I'm guilty of this too, is always it's too influenced by, like, the people we hate. So, like, after the decision, like 2 years after the decision, people were like, "Wow, LeBron's haters are really stupid," and they started to like him. Now, I think the last couple of years, it's been, wow, Colin Cowherd, Nick Wright, and LeBron are really annoying. We hate him again. And so I think we have to start, like, for me at least, the perception of LeBron is more about who's talking about him, like Skip Bayless. And, like, Skip Bayless made a lot of fans out of LeBron James. It needs to actually, like, be his perception needs to be created out of looking at him, looking at all the selfish things that he does, and maybe realizing that he's kind of annoying on and off the court.
All right, I'm giving this whole thing a second here. We've been having some technical difficulties, so I'm letting this work it out really quick. I don't know why it keeps jumping back and forth. I think we're going to have to go back to the old crappy computer next week. But we'll figure that one out. LeBron can destroy whatever franchise he wants because he's LeBron James. That's just it. I will take 2 years of LeBron James in exchange for him totally destroying my franchise, because I know in those 2 years I'm going to have a chance to win the title. He's just that
I mean,
good.
and that's why, again, for all that negative stuff I just said about LeBron, I'm not going to be like Spike Eskin. I'll take him here any second. I want LeBron James on the Sixers because he gives them a better chance to win a championship. But at the same time, hot take, I want the best player in the world on my favorite basketball team. But at the same time, he's kind of annoying.
I'm not annoyed by it. He hasn't destroyed my franchise yet, so I'm not going to be bothered by it. He destroyed Cleveland, which is beautiful. You know how beautiful that is, that we're going to have Cleveland jokes again?
There's a parallel universe. We're already getting the Cleveland jokes. Just think about this. There's a parallel universe where they don't come back and win the finals last year, and the Indians still blow a 3-1 lead in the World Series. Could you imagine?
Stop. You get me depressed. Literally, we could have had the Cleveland hasn't won since whatever.
It was 64, I think.
Engraved in our minds forever. But the Warriors just had to blow that lead. Draymond Green just had to get suspended, and they just
But like, imagine it's not just the Cleveland drought. It's the fact that they were like say again, the game 7 was tied for like from 4 minutes left to whenever Kyrie hit that shot. Game 7 was tied. It was tied for a very long time. Imagine Kyrie misses his shot. Steph Curry makes one of his shots. The Warriors win the championship. Cavs get so close, don't get it. The Indians get a 3-1 lead. They blow it. The Cubs break their drought. And then Kyrie wants to leave. And then LeBron leaves. And then here we are. 4 years through LeBron's Cavs tender. He leaves. Tenure. He leaves. And still no Cleveland title. That would have been amazing.
That would have been the best way that could have happened. That would have been absolutely fantastic. I would have loved it. Loved every second of it. Maybe that's why I was so okay with the Durant to Golden State. Maybe it was just the inner part of me that didn't want to see Cleveland win another title ever. And it's not LeBron. I'm not a LeBron hater. I'm not going to sit up here and hate on LeBron.
I'm not either. I don't want to seem like a LeBron hater. I just think you're naive to say that the stuff he does isn't annoying.
I just would not want to see Cleveland win again. For some reason, Ohio cities are just – I mean, Cincinnati's not a real city. Cleveland's a bunch of losers. I don't have anything else for you. Tyler, can you give me something on Derrick Rose?
On Derrick Rose?
Yeah.
I think Derrick Rose has some of the best, like, pure talent in the NBA.
Still?
Like, just natural, like, athleticism and, like, just natural ability. A lot of jokes floating around, but like hold him back. And he just like he's kind of like the Cleveland Browns. Like whatever he does, there's always gonna be something like wrong about it. You know what I mean?
The Cleveland Browns haven't. Derrick Rose was an MVP. Derrick Rose was a threat to LeBron at one point.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but like whatever he does, there's always
at this stage in his career. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But I definitely think he's one of the most talented players. If you look up his highlights from like 2011, like he's ridiculous. Like not just like specifically 2011, but like when he won MVP, he was awesome to watch.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
I don't know how good he can
this
be
is
for
what's
the
coming to his
Cavs.
career.
I don't know how good any point guard can be playing on LeBron's team. That's what Kyrie was like. It was amazing how good he was able to fit with LeBron, just because like LeBron is every position. So I don't know. Hopefully Rose isn't injured all the time. That'd be nice for LeBron.
He will be though.
Over under 55 games for D Rose next year.
Under.
Tyler?
Actually, no, 55 over because there has to be like a legit injury. But
Wait, say that. I like broke. You broke up for a second.
55 games. Does D Rose play more or less?
More. More.
More. All right.
he
Before we
will.
move on,
He will be rested at least. He'll be rested throughout the season. I'd say more than 5 games, which 5 games more than LeBron, just because he's that brittle. They're going to be cautious.
before we move on from this talk about Kyrie, I want just to drop some numbers on you on how badly Kyrie was suffocated by LeBron in his time in Cleveland. Just the pain that Kyrie endured while being a teammate of LeBron James. Now, I'm going to give you guys a couple names. James Harden, Carmelo Anthony, Steph Curry, LeBron James himself, and Devin Booker.
Kyrie Irving had more shot attempts than these people.
All of them. James Harden, a very good shooter. Carmelo Anthony, who
Carmelo
is
Anthony.
known for shooting whenever. LeBron James, the best player in the entire league. Steph Curry, a very good shooter. Of course, biased there because, Golden State, the whole situation there, he won't get as many shots. Regardless, a better pure shooter than Kyrie. And then Devin Booker, who played for Phoenix, and who else is there to really shoot?
70 points.
Yeah. So my question to you is, how can you be upset when you took the 6th most shots per game in a league? But hey, I'm not Kyrie. I can't judge. I can't get upset with that, right?
No, you can't.
I can't be upset at all because it makes perfect sense why you wouldn't want to play with the best player in the entire league. Right?
0 cents. I mean, he maybe wants to do his own thing. Who knows? He's still really young. So what? Who are we to judge?
Well, I'm sitting here judging him right now. So
It's true.
This past season, he posted close to 6 assists per game. It was actually his 3rd best season in his career with assists. 3 out of 6, not bad. Steadily improved each year with LeBron. The turnovers were down. And how about this? Just how about it? In his career, he had never touched 25 points per game until guess what season?
2014-15, is that when LeBron came?
No, until this year. This year, 25 points per. And you're telling me that as LeBron and him played together, Kyrie did not become a better player.
He wants attention. What do you want? What else do you want to hear? He wants attention.
I want to hear that this guy might just be the dumbest guy to ever go to Duke.
He wants attention. Oh, Jahlil Okafor went to Duke.
Right now, I don't see Jahlil Okafor turning down playing with LeBron.
I disagree with you.
Anyone? All right, so we're having Jahlil Okafor versus Kyrie Irving. Any other dumb Duke guys?
Well, JJ Redick's very smart.
Grayson Allen might be up there because
he's just a hothead.
Yeah, but okay, all right.
What?
I think he's got to be dumb to try and act the way he does and not think it's going to come back to haunt him and then get all upset. But I guess hothead will work for that scenario.
You're probably more correct than I am.
Tyler, what were you saying?
You're talking about Grayson Allen?
I am talking about Grayson Allen.
The thing with Grayson Allen is he gets so like I respect him as like a basketball player, like he's got a lot of talent, but like he's not mature enough to know like what he would do. Like obviously now whenever like he falls on the ground like and he moves a leg, people are gonna trip somebody. He's not like mature enough yet to like understand that people are out to like get him. You know what I mean? Like the media like will sort of like attack him. And I think that like he's a smart like I wouldn't put him on the Julio Okafor like level of dumb Duke people, but he's not mature enough to realize like he's on the big stage now.
Now, wait, I just blanked. Who are we talking about? Oh, Grayson Allen. Sorry. I could have interrupted you and I didn't, and then I forgot what I was going to say. What I find funny is that every year it was Kansas this past year. There's always a senior leadership narrative with one like big with one like top 10 team in college. Is it going to be that with Duke, even though Grayson Allen is like the exact opposite of what you would expect of a mature senior? Like Frank Mason was that. Grayson Allen is the exact opposite. Are they still going to try to use the senior leadership narrative with him?
No. Yeah, that's exactly what I just said. He's a senior, but he's not a.
I know, but there's like several like March Madness narratives that always rear their head, and I think they're going to try to use that. I really do. He's only going to have like one tripping incident as opposed to like the 4 that he had. Maybe he'll be on like a short leash and they'll threaten another indefinite suspension if he does it twice, and then he won't do it again. And I'll talk about how much he's learned from his ways.
Yeah.
That could happen. The fake news media is going to try to make you like Grayson Allen come mid-February next year. That's my guarantee to you.
Won't happen.
They're going to try.
You're not going to sell me on him. All right. I think we got enough Cleveland and LeBron to Philly induced into the shows we wanted, right?
Yes.
That leaves us really with nothing because it's July. The Phillies are, doing decently. Nick Williams, great write-up. Giants Whizlack on the website if you want to go see that.
It's Shark Week.
It's Shark Week.
Do you want to wait? Did you ask that question on air or off? About Shark Week?
Off. I'll ask it again.
Ask it on.
Do sharks realize that it's Shark Week? Do they're like, crap, here come all those people with the cameras and the scuba gear, and they're gonna try to put stuff on us like tags and stuff. I think they do. They have to. I mean, I was watching Shark Week earlier, and there was this 20-year-old shark that they were like tagging. Like, imagine 20 years of just people coming down and wanting to like talk. Like now you're like a celebrity down there in the deep ocean. It's like this guy, he's still here, and it's like they're still coming back. It's People Week.
You're talking me into this because like, do you know like animals? No, like Ray, hear me out. I think he's making sense because animals have somewhat of a sense of time, right?
No, not at all.
I think you're wrong.
Animals don't know what. Animals can't judge time.
But they know like they always migrate like at same times a year. They always mate like same times a year. Like there's whether they know it or not.
Look at their calendar because the weather changes.
Okay, they don't have a damn calendar, but like there's a certain like sense of time. You know what I'm saying?
Their time is like weather.
Okay, their time's like weather.
When it gets cold, they move. Like birds.
Okay, so do you think like when the weather's a certain temperature, like when the ocean gets a certain temperature, like end of July, they know like it's Shark Week. There's gonna be people. There's gonna be a lot of stupid people around me for the next week.
I'm
I know
buying
what you're
in.
saying, but like the water's been this temperature for the past like months, so they don't nail it down to like the exact like.
Okay, maybe not the
You know what I
exact
mean?
week, but there's like a time. Like even with us, like we still don't know exactly when like the weather is gonna start changing from winter to spring because it's different every year. Maybe the same thing with sharks.
Yeah.
Whatever Tyler was trying to sell originally.
Like cameraman, they're like.
I'm
I don't know.
buying in. I think I
I'm
just
buying into what Tyler was selling originally. I think it's People Week in the ocean.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. I love
Also-
Shark Week. I've been watching like as soon as I watched Phelps lose last night, and I've been hooked ever since.
Well, wasn't that stupid though? Didn't they just like race him against a hologram?
It was pretty dumb, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I don't know why they do it. It was kind of pointless.
I mean, they
It was a
got
money grab.
they got
Little
you to
ratings,
watch
you know?
it. They got you to watch it, didn't they?
Yeah, that's true.
That's why.
Twice actually. I watched it again this afternoon.
That's why.
Can we talk about the Mayweather McGregor fight?
Oh, I like it. Can I go here? Can I get?
Yeah, I hate them both. Or no, McGregor's. I think McGregor's funny. I hate Mayweather. Just you go.
Oh my gosh, I'm the complete opposite. It's gonna be like Michael Phelps swimming against a synchronized swimmer. Mayweather's going to literally kill him.
Oh yeah, Mayweather's gonna kill him. That's why I think like this whole like all the promo stuff's funny. I see Ray's face as I say you talk about it, then I spend 30 seconds talking about it. But McGregor's gonna get destroyed. That's why. But I hate Mayweather, and that's why I just think let's enjoy it while we can before Mayweather's being cocky after he wins.
Oh, I see. It is my time to talk now.
Okay.
Apparently, both of you need to get your opinions in before me after I ask to speak. Whatever. I hate both of them, and here's why. Mayweather, I cannot stand.
Oh my
McGregor.
gosh, are you serious?
Yes, he beat.
Nah, we're sticking to sports here. Mayweather's past annoys me.
But does his denial of his past also annoy you? Because that's
How does
kind of-
McGregor's past not annoy you?
No. Hey, can you hear me out here? The
Okay, keep talking.
hypocritical nature of Mayweather about his past and the things he complains about are what annoy me. So I really find myself deep down struggling to root for Mayweather in this one. And on the other side, McGregor, I am not going to use that language on the show, but there are a few choice words I would have for how to describe him. He is, I know he's Irish. I know I'm supposed to go with the Irish guy, but the Irish guy is going to get absolutely pummeled in this fight, and I cannot root for the loser. So I will not root for either of them. I will not waste my money on a one-round knockout to watch an Irish man.
I don't think it's going to be knockout. I think it's just going to be a really boring fight.
No.
Mayweather's going to get soft punches and McGregor won't get anything in.
No. Mayweather is going to knock him out. It's not a matter of whether, it's a matter of when.
So you're telling me you hate Floyd Mayweather because of his past and how much of a hypocrite he is, and you hate Conor McGregor because he's going to be a loser.
No, I also think he himself he annoys me. His whole persona sort of deal, like his whole there's a lot of things about people who can't walk the walk of what they're talking that irks me.
But I think it's also funny that Floyd Mayweather is one of the most hateable people in sports. So even though Conor McGregor is going to lose, just to enjoy this while we can, I think that's worth something. And do you not get any enjoyment out of saying, why does he have a backpack? He can't even read. I think that's hilarious.
Oh, some of the lines he said I found absolutely hysterical.
Okay, see, that's your problem. I don't watch any of this stuff. I think it's dumb. I just watch the highlights that come up on Twitter. And that's my enjoyment.
When he's out there saying that he is going to beat Mayweather, he's out of his mind.
Yeah, and he's dumb, but I still like the other stuff he says. I don't hate him because of it.
I'm sorry. I can't stand a guy who can't walk what he talks.
Just don't watch the fight. Do what I do. Don't watch it.
Oh, I'm not going to watch the fight.
Okay, good.
Why am I going to spend the money to watch what I know is already going to happen?
I mean,
but then it's not going to happen, and you're going to regret.
And then I'm going to see the highlight. I'm going to be like, whoa, I didn't expect
Ray,
that.
you paid to
And
go to a Philly. You paid
knowing that I freely watched the 1 second of the fight that was actually interesting.
You paid to go to a Phillies game 3 weeks ago when you knew they were going to lose. That sounds like the same thing.
Yeah, that was $8.
Well, if you watch it with a group of people, it's like $8.
Yeah, or less.
Why?
If you're in a room with 10 people and you buy a $99 or how much is it?
I don't know.
I think it's $150. So
you think I'm going to a watch party for this? That's the night of my fantasy football.
I'm
saying
you
better believe I'm going to be on the phone all night trying to make trades.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's 2 weeks after our draft.
That's a fantasy football draft for my really competitive league.
Can
I'm going all GM mode that night. I don't have time for Conor McGregor getting his face beat in by Floyd Mayweather.
One more thing. Can I address the shots taken at me in your column last week?
From the Chief?
Yeah.
I would also read another shameless plug for me. A great thing I do highlighting the really tremendous and horrible work done on this website.
Okay. So first things first, you took whatever, shopping me to Chicago blogs, whatever. That's cool. I wrote about Jose Quintana. I'm okay with that.
Actually, now we might be shopping to Cleveland.
Well,
We're
no,
to another city.
That directly related to the Sixers. And my other gripe is that you saying that I was apparently mad about you starting the Where Are They Now? What do you call it?
Where did he end up?
Where did he end up?
That's a great idea.
Because
I love that.
Thank you, Tyler. Tony Roden's on the way.
Oh, it's a great idea. But I made like a
let me know when the Jody Meeks article comes out.
I'll blast. Don't worry. I'll be all over Twitter.
I made like a tongue-in-cheek joke when you first texted us about it like 2 weeks ago, or was the Hollis thing only last week?
It was last Tuesday.
Oh wow. So yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago when you brought it up. So whatever. When you did that, I was like, oh, sounds very similar to the thing I did on our show with the ex-Phillies prospects. So in your from the Chief, you write, oh, and apparently Jason's upset about this because apparently he did something just like that. Not only did I apparently do something just like that, I did something like that on your show.
Well,
that's the only gripe I have.
Can I get an explanation of my words there?
Yeah.
I don't remember it being a recurring segment. I thought maybe it happened once or twice.
I did it like 4 times.
Oh, okay. So out of the year that we did our show, it happened 4 times.
Yeah,
so
but it was like
the idea belongs to him.
It started last summer. Like it's not like I scattered it 4 times over a year. I started it late and then continuously did it.
Okay. Well, obviously I remember it happening like once or twice.
All right. Well, regardless, I was making a joke about how I did a similar thing with Phillies prospects, and then you make it seem like that you didn't know it existed. Which is how when I read that, that's what it seemed like to me. And also, you made it seem like I was legit mad about it. I made a joke, but good for keep it for content.
The intern was also very upset that I put him on blast for putting him in his place. He will not be here to respond tonight. However,
isn't he in the room right now?
He is not in the room. I have no idea what you're speaking about.
I'll never be put in my place.
The intern was put in his place rather quickly.
What's that? No. Now that I've told you, it's
Nope.
The fact
We're
that
going
you
to have to
said-
close this one out. Thank you all for watching tonight. The like 3 of you that actually showed up.
Wagner is going to take
And you're going to want to follow our special guest at Tyler_Sandora on Twitter.
Of
course, At Jason Cantor BTB. Oh, by the way, you're gonna want to track the Chief making his trip down to AC to go absolutely bonkers on Thursday with Tyler Sandora. Isn't that right, Tyler?
We'll be getting so many phone numbers you won't know what to do with them all.
That's right.
Wait, can I read the text that I've gotten from the intern over the last 5 minutes?
No, you can't. We're closing the show. Follow me on Twitter at RaydonBTB. It'll make for great content later, Jason. Thank you all for listening. We'll be back here 8:30 next week. Maybe Nick Bogas will be here. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to complain about him from the Chief on Saturday. You'll have to find out. BergSpell.com. Go check it out and be back to watch next week. Thank you, and we will see you.